Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a deep look into what twin flames are. There's quite a lot to cover, so if you've been searching for answers or clarity about this intense and often bewildering connection, we've got you covered. You know, there's so much happening all at once, and it's not something you can easily share with anyone because of how intense it all feels. And that's why I'm making this video, to help make sense of what twin flames are. And so, we're not just scratching the surface. So, if you're curious, seeking answers, or just need to make sense of it all, you're in the right spot. Before we begin, it's important to remember to follow your own intuition as you listen. When it comes to spiritual matters, people use many different words and have different explanations for the same ideas. Terms like soul and spirit, or ego and mind, are often used interchangeably. We cover a lot, so we tried to keep it as universal as possible. What we're doing with this video is sharing one way that has helped make things clear for a lot of people, based on the teachings of trustworthy twin flame coaches and experts, as well as many spiritual teachers from the past and some who are alive today. Now, before we set off, if you find this content useful, remember to hit the like button and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Every word you share helps us all grow and helps get the word out to the folks who need to hear it. Alright, let's start from the beginning. There are many views about what twin flames are, but everyone pretty much agrees on a few key things. In our exploration of twin flames, we understand them as two powerful expressions of a single soul. Unlike the idea of two halves, or soulmates, twin flames are one soul in two bodies. They're like two different sides of the same energy. Now, it's also important to note that everyone has and is a twin flame. You'll know when you meet yours because it's like your internal puzzle pieces start rearranging themselves. That's just how twin flame energy is. It doesn't knock. It bursts through the door like it owns the place. 'Cause it does. You see, twin flames reflect each other's deepest truths, acting as mirrors that reveal our innermost selves. They resonate at an identical frequency, so they're tuned into the same spiritual wavelength. This shared vibration can shake the foundations of our being and lead to profound spiritual growth. It's a connection on the deepest possible level, transcending the physical and touching the very essence of our spiritual selves. Twin flames aren't about filling each other's gaps. They're about recognizing the fullness of your own soul through what appears to be another person. Let's get to the heart of it, the soul. It's what you really are at the core. Your soul isn't just here in the now. It's timeless, not limited by the years or the miles. Each soul is unique, kind of like a personal signature, but on a cosmic level. This soul of yours is connected to a bigger source, something or someone people often call God. But it's not about being a small part of something. It's about being a distinct, individual expression of that bigger something. Your soul doesn't just live in one place or one body. It's on a journey, showing up in different forms, living different lives, maybe even more than one at a time. And that's where twin flames come into the picture. Your soul energy has to have two sides for universal balance. Just like light has to have dark, hot has to have cold, and up has to have down. And even though it might seem like these twin flames are two different things, they're not. They're both you, just from different viewpoints. And this isn't just about you, it's about how all souls are doing this together, connected in ways we can't see with our eyes. Let's dive into the metaphysical dynamics of twin flames, where things get a bit more invisible and a lot more intriguing. Much of what I'm covering here can be learned from teachers such as Abraham Hicks, Sadhguru, Eckhart Tolle, and Alan Watts, to name a few. In the grand scheme of things, each soul has an astral body, which is like the energetic version of your physical self. Now, in the twin flame scenario, your soul's energy shows up as two forces. It's not two separate things, but rather two aspects of the same energy, like the front and back of a sheet of glass. Different sides, same single piece. At the core of twin flames is balance, a fundamental law of physics. They are two equal and opposite energies, perfectly matching and inversely aligned. It's not about being identical in thoughts and actions. It's about having an energetic signature that complements and balances. These two energies, your twin flames, they appear as separate to us because that's how we experience the world, in duality. But they're actually one and the same, vibrating at a frequency unique to your soul. When twin flames encounter each other, it's not just meeting someone who gets you, it's like meeting another version of you, but with a twist. And here's the kicker, while they seem to be two individual minds, they're not. They're one mind, split across what appears to be two separate realities. This means they're connected on a level that's way deeper than just shared interests or feelings. It's an energetic connection that transcends time and space. So, twin flames aren't just a cool concept. They're a living example of how deep our connections can run, beyond what we can see and touch, into the very fabric of the universe itself. When we get down to the real-life stuff, twin flames have a pretty wild way of showing up. They're like two individuals who look like separate people on the outside, but are actually the same soul inside. In this world, we're used to thinking that seeing is believing, right? But twin flames flip that on its head. They might not even know each other at first, or they could have walked past each other for years without a clue. But once they click, it's like a light goes on, and they see themselves in a whole new way. This connection isn't always romantic. Sometimes it's a friendship that feels like it's been there forever. Or it can be like a force pulling you back together, even if life tries to keep you apart. And here's the thing, this bond doesn't care about the usual rules of time and distance. Twin flames can feel like they're right next to each other, even when they're miles apart. That's because they're always connected on that soul level. This isn't just about finding your other half. It's a powerful reminder that we're all more than just our physical selves. We're souls on a human journey, learning to recognize ourselves in all forms. When we're talking about twin flames, we're really talking about balance and duality. It's like having two different perspectives of the same thing. Think of it as experiencing life in stereo rather than mono. You get a richer, fuller experience. Now, these two parts of your soul, the twin flames, they're there for a reason. They help keep things in check, like a cosmic balancing act. It can be intense, sure, but that's how you expand and evolve. When twin flames are in sync, there's this perfect kind of harmony, like everything's right where it should be. But when they're out of sync, that's when things can feel a bit off, to put it really nicely. It's all part of the journey though, finding that equilibrium again. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt balanced and at peace during your twin flame journey? Tell us about it in the comments. Remember, this isn't about two halves making a whole. It's about being whole and creating balance and inner peace. It's a powerful reminder that we're not just passing through life alone. We're part of something bigger, always learning, always connected. In this twin flame journey, we're navigating between two realms, the seen and the unseen, the tangible and the intangible, the physical and the spiritual planes. Think of the spiritual plane as the home base for your soul. It's where the energy and essence of who you are exist without the boundaries of time and space. It's free, boundless, and eternal. This is the realm where twin flames are one, pulsating with the same cosmic rhythm. Then there's the physical plane, our everyday world where we experience life with our senses. Here, twin flames manifest as two bodies, each a complete soul representation, living out their unique paths yet echoing the same spiritual frequency. The twin flame connection bridges these two planes. It's a connection made in the spiritual realm that plays out in the physical world. This bond is activated when the soul chooses, based on a readiness to shift from fear-based living to a love-based existence, where we recognize ourselves in another. Understanding this dynamic helps us make sense of the profound pull twin flames feel towards each other, an invisible thread that ties them together across dimensions. It's an invitation to view life not just in physical terms, but as a spiritual journey back to the soul's eternal truth. So, as you walk your path, remember that your twin flame journey is not just about the person you connect with. It's about awakening to the fullness of your being, merging the wisdom of the spiritual with the experience of the physical, reminding us that we're always, in every sense, connected. In our twin flame journey, the energies we encounter are vital. There's love-based energy, which is like the soul's language. It's the stuff of the spiritual plane where our soul lives without limits. It's pure, creative, and all about freedom and connection. This is the essence of who we are, full of potential and untethered by the physical world's boundaries. On the flip side, we've got fear-based energy. It comes from our physical experiences and can be about competition, holding on too tight, and sometimes feeling like we're just not enough. It's what we learn from the world around us, and it can be a tough habit to break. It's like going from eating fast food every day to realizing you can have gourmet meals at home. It's healthier, more fulfilling, and let's face it, your soul deserves more than drive-through emotions. When you come face-to-face with your twin flame, it's like a wake-up call to live from the soul, to shift from the fear that we've picked up along the way to the love that's always been at our core. It's not always easy because life has taught us to be cautious, to protect ourselves. But here's the deal. The twin flame connection is about breaking down those walls we've built, not to leave us open to hurt, but to get back to that original state of love where we started from. It's about choosing to live from the soul's perspective, which always chooses love. You know how sometimes life feels like you're just going through the motions, like you're on autopilot? Well, that's not the real you. The real you is much deeper. It's your soul. That's the part of you that's always calm, always there, even when life gets noisy. When you sit quietly, maybe when you're meditating or just taking a deep breath and you feel a sense of just being, that's your soul. That's the real you. This part isn't about what job you have, what you look like, or even your name. It's the you that just is. And here's where it gets really interesting with twin flames. That soul inside you, it's the same one that's inside your twin flame. That sense of deep calm, that real you feel when everything else is quiet, your twin flame has that too. It's like two different lives, two sets of experiences, but underneath, it's the same you. For those of you who are now wondering, how do I get in touch with my soul? There's a wealth of knowledge out there. Check out teachers like Eckhart Tolle or practices like meditation to start tuning into your inner frequency. This journey we're talking about, finding your twin flame, it's not about finding someone who makes you complete. You're already complete because of your soul. It's about recognizing that part of you, the soul, in someone else. And when you do, it's not just about connection. It's about coming home to the real you, not once, but twice. Now that's something to think about, isn't it? In the twin flame journey, connection isn't quite the right word because how can you be connected to yourself? You're already one. The truth is, you are the soul, and the soul is you, whole and indivisible. You're not your body, and you're certainly more than your mind. This understanding is key, especially when your soul decides to play two parts in the same lifetime, in the form of twin flames. These twin flames, they're you, in essence, navigating through life in separate bodies. They're the same note struck on different instruments, creating a harmony that's meant to resonate through the physical world. Physical death is where things get interesting. When one body ceases, the soul doesn't blink an eye. It continues undisturbed because it's not tied to just one form or one lifetime. Your soul story doesn't pause or end with physical death. It keeps unfolding across many lifetimes. This is because at a subtler level, the metaphysical and the physical are one and the same. The laws of physics don't get violated. They're just playing out on a larger, more intricate scale. Twin flames might come and go on the physical plane, but what they truly are, your soul, is eternal, always in motion. In meeting your twin flame, the soul's purpose rings clear. It's to realize itself in the physical first, to have you identify and live at the level of the soul, and beyond that, to bring about a permanent and healthy relationship in the physical world that reflects its wholeness. This bond can be romantic or not, but it's about the soul's recognition of itself, a mirror held up to show that the essence of you has always been here, complete and unbroken. When you're on this twin flame journey, you might start noticing some pretty cool things. Signs and synchronicities are like the universe's way of saying, hey, you're on the right track. It's like when you keep seeing the same numbers everywhere, maybe on a clock, a license plate, or a receipt. For twin flames, 1111 is the big one. But really, it could be any number that feels special to you, like a birthday or an anniversary. If you've seen the number 1111 so many times that you're starting to think it's your PIN code, it's a sign you're in tune with the wavelength of your soul. These little winks from the universe aren't just random. They're messages to keep you going, to keep exploring with an open heart and mind. They're a thumbs up from the cosmos, letting you know that the connection you're feeling isn't just your imagination, and trust your gut on this. Your intuition is super powerful, and it's all about picking up on these signals. They're affirmations, little nudges that you're not alone in this, that there's more going on than what you can see, and that your soul is on the right path. So next time you notice these signs, take a moment to acknowledge them. They're part of the journey, guiding you along the way. Okay, let's talk about how meeting your twin flame can really shake things up. It's like they come into your life and suddenly, it's as if they flip a switch you didn't even know was there. This isn't just about getting butterflies or feeling excited to see someone. It's way deeper. It's about waking up to who you really are on a soul level. Your twin flame can get under your skin, not because they're trying to bug you, but because they're you in another form. They can trigger you like no one else because they're working with the same inner stuff. This isn't an easy ride. It's intense, and it can turn your world upside down. But that's the point. To wake up to your soul, you sometimes need that kind of shake-up. A spiritual awakening with a twin flame can feel like the universe's version of a prank. It's intense, it's profound, and you might just find yourself laughing through tears at the sheer madness of it all. It's like the dark night of the soul, where things seem really tough, but actually, it's clearing out all the old stuff that doesn't serve you. It's about ditching the fear and stepping into a life filled with love. When you come out the other side, you're not just you anymore. You're more you than you've ever been, if that makes sense. It's about finding the real you, the soul you, through all that intensity. Alright, so before we close, I've got a little favor to ask. If this video sparked something in you, if it got you thinking, or even if it left you with more questions, join the conversation. Drop a comment and share your own insights or experiences. Every word shared is a chance for all of us to learn and grow together. And hey, if you haven't already, give that like button a quick click and subscribe to the channel. It's a small act for you, but it means the world to us. It helps get these messages out to more people who might be looking for exactly this kind of content. Plus, you'll stay updated with all our latest videos, so it's a win-win. It's all about spreading the love and the knowledge, helping each other along on this wild journey of the soul. Alright, let's wrap this up. Twin flames. It's not just a fancy term, it's about finding the real you. It's a wild, deep dive into who we are at the soul level. It's about understanding that we're not just wandering through life alone. We're actually part of a bigger picture, always connected, always whole, even when it feels like we're not. This journey? It's about remembering that. It's about seeing the soul in someone else and recognizing that it's your own. It's tough, beautiful, and everything in between. And the love, the real soul-deep love that comes from this, it changes everything. So keep going, keep growing, and keep the faith in this journey of the soul.